Hello everyone, I'm Lo and welcome to Journey to Moria. Here we are. We are in Caras Glebren, which is in the region of Swanfleet. We are doing the Before the Shadow questline, storyline. I should be reading out all the different voices, including this she-elf here. And I had a recording leading up into this, but it got corrupted. So if you want to know what happens, go check out the pod down below, because I basically tell everyone what happens there. That's fun. Anyway, no film famine. All I remember is that the orcs are out to kind of get jewelry. I don't know, maybe they want a nice fashion week. Who knows? Let's see what Bregolith has to say here. The elves of Eregion were deceived before by words of kindness, Galahir. That's my character, Galahir. By offers of gifts and promises of secret knowledge. It was a lesson hard to learn, but I spent these many years believing this to be true. We learned it well. Indeed, I say we, for I dwelt at Celebrimbor's city in those days. It was a grand sight of art and learning. Its wide green lawns and smooth stone lanes to be found on both sides of the river. Mirabel it was, the jewel town, and Caras Glebren, the silver bastion. It was a welcoming place, too welcoming. Bregoreth gazes at you steadily. I ask you to return to the city above and see the state of it. There may be artifacts within we should keep from the Uruks and their master, whether he be wizard or no. I will examine whatever you find and judge if there is still danger for the elves among the bones of Celebrimbor's citadel, or only grief still to be found. Alright, so we are hunting Uruks and artifacts, and we are currently chapter 6, book 1. If you're new to LOTRO, that is the main story quest. It's like the main line. It's split into books and chapters, very much like the actual books of Lord of the Rings, and it does follow closely the book storyline. So that's going to be fun. And I know in Before the Shadow we get to meet a certain northern lad, certain man from Gondor, to which I will be trying to voice with a Sheffield accent. But, yep, this is going to be a second screen thing. So, grab a cup of tea, grab some water, grab some snacks, whack it on, settle in. Oh, aye. Yeah, what we found. No, nothing of interest, nothing of note. Broken column. The once beautiful palace of Caras Glebren are now sad remainders of war. Reminders? We are playing with the new UI update as well, so that's going to be fun. Wooden chest? Question mark? Aha. A fallen lamppost? Is that really going to be... None of the lamps that illuminated Caras Glebren by night remain standing. I mean, yeah, that's kind of expected. Because, like, why would it? It's not like you've got an old elven chimney sweep go around going, oh, hang on, let me just polish this lamp. Don't mind me. Uruks of Saruman, don't mind me. And then breaks into a musical number and is played by Dick Van Dyke. I think he'd make a cracking elf, Dick Van Dyke. You know, step in time, Frodo Baggins. Why don't you step in time, Frodo Baggins? Oh, that's more Michael Caine in it. Oh. An ancient plate is covered with a spiderweb of cracks, rendering it unusable. Can you imagine you giving that at, you know, your dinner? Yeah, get the fine elven shiner out. Oh, it's cracked. It's fine. Ignore that. Just whack your mash on it. Yeah, whack your sausages on that. It's fine. I ate my dinner off that last night. It'd be right. But auntie, it's cracked. This hammer, worn with age, nearly falls apart in your hand. Though that's not very good elven engineering, is it? It just fell off my hand. As did your hammer fall off in your hand, and it wasn't your fault. Cold dwarfs for you. Fine dwarven toolery. Do dwarfs even make hammers? I assume they make hammers, but... Stop dwarven time. Played by Dick Van Dyke again. No! He's played in too many roles. Get Lin-Manuel Miranda in. Miranda. I can't speak. The small pouch now contains only dust and splinters of rocks. Well, I'll be. I am shooketh. Absolutely shooketh. Here I thought it'd be filled with gold and jewels and different things. But alas, all it was dust and mud. Dust and mud. Hello, fellow person. You need help? Nah, you're good. You got this. I believe in you. I trust in you, friend, that I don't know. It's great seeing all new people, and it's wonderful. If you want to join in, now is the time. It's free. What have you got to lose? Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag wish I was sponsored. Do people hashtag anymore? I don't think people hashtag anymore. That's showing my age. Look at this! Yeah, we got a high elf, we got another high elf, and a human.
These are sad reminders of times long past.
But they are surely not what Saruman seeks in this place. In my heart, I know for what he searches. It is ring lore he desires, the same knowledge with which the builder of the city was ensnared. If he finds it, I fear he could work great evil upon the lands and peoples of Middle-earth. Bregareth gazes at the horizon, obscured by distant fog. From the hilltop above, you hear the harsh call of orc kind even over the wind. After a moment, the elf warrior turns back to you. I will tell you the tale of the Jewel Town and the Silver Bastion, so you will know how we were deceived. You will know why it must not happen again. It is of Anoruth I must speak, the giver of gifts, but you will know him by another name, for he is Sauron, and he is the enemy, the great eye of Sauron. He walks here and there, they say.
After the fall of Balerion,
oh my good giddy aunt, right. That is a lot of quest text I've got to read out. Oh, bloody hell, right. Warm up the old vocal cords. They're not very warmed up today. After the fall of Beleriand, most of my people came to live in the land of Lindon to the west, under the benevolent rule of Gil-galad. Bonds of friendship were made with the dwarves of Ered Luin, but a thriving trade in metal and gems with that people dwindled as the Longbeards suffered war and disaster of their own. Yearning for Mithril to fashion into their works of art and beauty, many of the Noldor followed the dwarfs as they journeyed eastward. Led by Celebrimbor, descendant of Feanor, the elves settled into the holly covered hills. The elves settled into the holly-covered hills beneath the west gate of Khazad-dûm. There, once again, friendship and trade between elf and dwarf, and Celebrimbor's city of Eregion thrived. Eregion was still a young kingdom when the men of Númenor arrived. Tar Aradarion, the king, sailed upon the river Gwathro and embarked to explore the Swanfleet on foot. He befriended Celebrimbor and forged alliances with the Elfsmiths, and in return they taught some among his people techniques of armor shaping and the graving of Ithildane and moon runes. In time, Alderion grew old and came no more to Caras Glebren, but the friendship between his people and mine endured. The friendship endured, but it was tested. The Númenóreans were a seafaring people, and they had long exhausted the forests of their island home. They hungered for timber to build more and mightier ships. The Lady Galadriel, who dwelt for a time in Eregion, and often danced alongside the lily-covered waterways, despaired to see the toll taken upon the wide woodlands by Númenórean axes. When the shipbuilders began to dredge her beloved Swanfleet and build dikes to channel the waters, she entrenched Celebrimbor to stop the men of Númenor from harming the land. So this is actually Ring of Power. Or at least some bits of it. The Amazon show. Give it a gifts. It pained Celebrimbor to see the woods and fens so ill-treated, but he did not want to harm his allowance. His allowance? She's speaking over me here. I don't appreciate you, Brigoleth. Don't appreciate it. I'm doing the voices here. I'm the one that does it. It pained Celebrimbor to see the woods and fens so well. Blah. It pained Celebrimbor to see the woods and fens so ill-treated, but he did not want to harm his alliance with the men of Númenor. He counselled them to take greater care of the land, but his words were not heeded. Galadriel's sorrow became too great, and she turned her attention to Lorien Doran and other distant lands. Celebrimbor gave up the woods as lost, turning all his attention and skill towards mastering his craft. Together, Celebrimbor and his fellowship of jewelsmiths became the most renowned workers of riches in all of Middle-earth. If they could not halt the slow degradation of the land's beauty, they would at least seek to supplement and preserve it through their craft. And so they were ensnared. What happened? Ooh.
I can still see this city as it was during the height of its beauty. So much was lost.
Oh, we're back in the past. Oh, that's cool. I dig that. The Silver Bastion became a shining jewel itself, a beacon of art and music and culture that drew the attention and the love of many from distant lands. Caras Glebren and Mirabel became places of such beauty they recalled the fabled elf halls of old, and trade with Linden thrived. But not all who watched this from afar watched with friendly eyes. In the land of Mordor, to which he fled following the defeat of his master Morgoth, Sauron seethed. He feared the rising might of Númenor, and despite having drawn orcs and other fell creatures to his service, he knew he did not possess the overwhelming numbers with which his master had dominated the world in past days of triumph. He devised a scheme by which he would use his enemy's weakness against them, and so he came to Eregion in fair guise, masking his true nature. Oh, it's Anethrion, giver of gifts.
He called himself Ontheron.
Oh, Onthron, sorry. Word of your craft skill has spread far and wide, my lord Celebrimbor, even into the uttermost west. I am humbled by your presence here, Anethrion. I see in your arrival an omen of good fortune. Accept my greetings and my welcome. You will be my honored guest. Anethrion had gone first to Lindon, but Gil-galad mistrusted him and refused to treat with the strange newcomer. It was in Caras Glebren that the Lords of Gifts found one. It was in Caras Glebren that the Lord of Gifts found one whose lineage and whose hunger for secret knowledge made him the perfect target for Nethrion's premises. Celebrimbor could not resist, and before long the new arrival became a mentor to him and the jewelsmiths of Eregion. I don't really need you here, Steve. Sorry.
Not all who dwelled at Caras Glebren trusted this new arrival. Celeborn saw something in the Lord of Gifts that troubled him.
You could say that he was the Lord of the Rings. I cannot say why I'm so disquieted, Orinori. I share your unease, my lord. The Bright Company will go wherever you lead. Show us the threat, and we will end it. But that is the heart of the problem, my friend. What is the threat? Though Galadriel had gone, Celeborn remained at Caras Glebren. As Eregion's chief defender, he refused to abandon these lands and sought instead to protect them against the stranger who had seized Celebrimbor's ear. Enethrion hated the Bright Company and its deeds, and summoned one threat after another to trouble them. Celebrimbor and his warriors were often drawn away from the city, and many a noble elf was slain in these engagements, but still, the Lord of the Bright Company could not connect these rising threats with the newcomer Enethrion and his too ready smiles. Ooh. He was too ready to smile.
Despite the mistrust of some at Celebrimbor's city, Antheron did not remain idle. He gathered to himself promising students and gave to them secret knowledge. But
Sushi elf and disapprover elf.
He held something in reserve.
Mm.
Always there was more to be learned, more instruction to be given.
How would we know we mastered what thou hast taught us? The promising among you will know, Namelith. Take a screenshot, why not? Take a screenshot. Go on then, let me take a selfie. The students were not his only pupils. As the years passed, Enethrion grew more and more brazen. Celebrimbor and his jewelsmiths fell further beneath his thumb, ensnared by his promises of secret knowledge, and the working of crafts, both beautiful and powerful. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I cannot read for the life of me right now. The jeweled town and the silver bastion thrived, and the glory of Celebrimbor and his jewelsmiths only increased year after year. But the true master priest of Caras Glebren was its ring forge. Might I gather that
Antheron convinced the jewelsmith to forge great rings of power.
Oh, it's a TV series.
Long they toiled, until at last their work was complete.
A set of 7 and a set of 9. You are certain these great rings will help preserve the land? They will help protect the lands of those who wear them, my lord. Give them to the hole diggers and the fellow of trees. The degradations they cause will be slowed. I called your arrival an omen of good fortune, Lord of Gifts. And yet, I undervalue the help you would provide. I serve the powers, my lord. As I do in all things. Celebrimbor gave to the kings of dwarfs and men the rings he made, and for a time he knew peace, not knowing he had been deceived, not knowing that what he had done would nearly undo the world. Shortly afterwards, Enethrion departed. He would return to Eregion only once more, and when he did, he would bring death and destruction with him. But after he was gone, Celebrimbor began to doubt. In time, suspicion awoken in his heart, and he began to worry that Anethrion had ensnared him by his own greed in some devious scheme. He decided to use the art he had learned to forge 3 more Great Rings, unknown to the treacherous Lord of Gifts. He believed he and his kinfolk could use these 3 rings for protection, should matters go ill. Oh my god, we're in Mordor! How many doors? More doors. Anethrion returned to Mordor, and in the heart of his kingdom, he cast aside his fair guise. He had no more need for deception. In Mordor, the Dark Lord Sauron sought to fulfill the scheme for which he had planned, walking unnoticed among his hated enemies for so many years.
You go on ahead. My words will guide you, but I go no further than this.
Okay. Okay. Are we in Mount Doom? Oh, we are in fires of Mount Doom. Cast it in the fire! Isildur! No. I was there, Gandalf. I was there 3,000 years ago. But the strength of men failed. This is way more complex than Peter Jackson filmed. Good lord. There's like troll statues holding up the fires and everything. This is so cool. There he is, Sauron, the Dark Lord of Mordor. I need to take a screenshot of this. This is sick. Yeah, that's one for the stick at home.
Sauron forged the ruling ring. One ring to rule them all.
One ring to find them.
One ring to bring them all.
And in the darkness, bind them.
In the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie.
Iconic. Celebrimbor had kept one of the 3 for his own. At the moment that Sauron placed the ruling ring on his own finger, Celebrimbor knew his danger. He removed his ring and vowed to never wear it again, lest his mind be dominated by the Dark Lord. Those of the jewelsmiths who had similarly kept rings were made to give them up, sometimes by force, and the 3 rings were sent in secret to hidden bearers. Messengers were sent to men, dwarfs, and elves, in which Celebrimbor admitted his folly and warned of the coming war. So were the folk made ready to defend Middle-earth, but it would not be enough to save Eregion from the ravages of Sauron. The gates of Mordor opened, and the armies of Sauron came forth. He would seize as many of the rings of power as he could find, but the 3 remained hidden to him, and he touched them not. Melendir!
The gates of Mordor. The armies of Sauron.
What did I miss? Galahir. Surely it is not as bad as all that. Sauron has been dead for 3,000 years, and today Mordor is an empty land. Melindir squints at Bregoleth. Sometimes elves had trouble making the passages of the years. I mean, no offense. That's pretty offensive there, Melindir.
Return Tegwin to Mossward.
I returned Tegwin to Mosswood. While I was unable to coax a promise to not venture out again into the wild, his parents gave him enough chores to keep him occupied at least until adulthood. At which point, I think our obligations to keep him safe must surely lapse. I swore no oath to the farmers of Swanfleet. Melendir studied your expression and sighs heavily. Dunlindil. Dwindil did not speak kindly of me, did he? I am not surprised. In my heart, I still hold the cause of the Dunedain most dear. But I understand my folk may not believe it. and I cannot deny the breaking of my oath. But who is your new friend? If she hates the Uruks as we do, and is willing to aid us, perhaps she can help us track us down several of their leaders. Rumor of 3 such villains have preceded me here, and I cannot help but think the work would go more quickly if we were to split up. Each of us deal with one.
I have hated Orkheim for much longer than you have been alive, Dunedain.
Dunedain? It's Dunedain. As for the oaths you have taken or broken, I know he to whom you are sworn, or should be. I know what he desires to become, and ask not if I help you, Ranger of the North. Ask instead if you're strong enough and courageous enough to lend any assistance to Bregoreth of Illadris, of which she could have any need. Bregoreth smirks at Melendir, an amused light dancing in her eyes. The ranger stares back, mouth open. I will slay one of your orc leaders, Melendir, and you will slay another. Can you be trusted to deal with a third? Show their locations to us on the man's map, and we shall see it done. Afterwards we can meet in Adiohobel, a camp of my people to the north here. I ship it. I think those two would be quite cute, I'll be honest. We must investigate Uruk tracks within the western region and defeat an Uruk war leader. Come on, Olsie. We gotta go. We gotta clip clop. Ah! I am ambushed by the White Hands. Ride hard, my little horsey. It's called Little. I'd rename him, but I don't have the heart. He seems quite taken to the name Little. He's only a small boy. Oh, virtue cap reached. Let's go. I can earn valor. Valor's always useful. Quick, ride harder, faster. This would be beautiful if it was like dawn. Ignore that. Ignore this. This would be beautiful if this is like dawn or sunset, you know. Oh, Christ. Oh, it's the trees. Oh, my God. Ah! Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'll plant more trees. Ah, we found tracks. Ah. Fachfar bellows. You have had your last dance, Uruk. Hey, level 17, let's go. The defeat of Tharak lowered the morales of Uruks under his command. Ooh. Oh, that was it. Oh, okay. That seemed genuinely easy. Let us ride now to the camps of Idhobel. Ooh. Ooh, this is pretty. This is very pretty.
You had success? Those are good tidings.
For it means Saruman now has 3 fewer war leaders commanding his forces in the area. I spoke with Bregoreth while we waited for you to return, and she says there is one more location she wants to investigate, but soon our time together will be ended. Each of us must bring word of Saruman's design to our chieftains, for they must soon ripen and spell doom for Middle-earth.
Meneldir is right. I must soon return to Imladris with these grim tidings.
Winter is approaching, and I must tell Elrond the winds will blow chill indeed if the wizards have turned against us. Saruman's hand stretches forth to seize dangerous knowledge from the ruins of Region, and if the White Hand grasps it, who can tell what evils he might think to next accomplish?
My people fled north after Caras Glebren was destroyed by Sauron, and his armies pursued them.
The tales of those who stood in his path and fell defying him is elsewhere told. But the defenders of one such place lasted a little longer than many others at Tham Keleche, the Hall of the Swift River. Sauron found his conquest bitterly bored. On a hill to the north, its wreckage still stands. If the Uruks expect to find Ringlor there, they will be disappointed, I think. But in that ruin is the last resting place of many of my kin. Did they bring artifacts of power with them during their retreat? I cannot say for certain. But we should make sure little remains of which Saruman or his warriors might use. After you have done this, return her to Idobel. I think then we must part. That sounds good to me, Chief. That means great fires are there. They have taken a encampment into the old ruins. Oh no, angry badger, quick, run away. I have discovered Tham Kilihir. Bro, you wanna go, mate? I will scream at you. Let's take them all on. Why not? Why not? I'll take you all on. An epic duel of proportions. Oh, another one. Like DJ Carly once said. Sorry, as Bard Carly once said, another one. Man's just slaughtering for the fun of it now. Aha, you find a short knife of elf make buried within the debris pile. Yeah, I fired a lot of bloody Uruks as well, apparently. Oh, we're nearly done with the deed. We might as well just do the deed. Might as well. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Oop.
You found Uruks at the Hall of the Swift River, I do not doubt it. But did you find aught else?
You hand Bregoreth the elf knife you unearthed from the debris at Tham Kilihir. She blows dust from the hilt and wipes the blade clean. Unless I am very much mistaken, this is a dagger of the Bright Company, Gaia. Many were their glorious deeds in ages past, and long did they fight against Sauron and his minions. Were it not for such worthies as Celeborn and Glorfindel, who survived the war, or heroic Oranoril, who did not, the rout of Region might have been even worse. I will bring this dagger to Ladris, where it can be kept in a place of honor. It is truly a weapon of the Bright Company. It is fitting for it to rest within the place of refuge for which its wielder fought and likely died.
And so I will bid farewell to you and the Ranger Meneldir, for I must bring this warning to Imladris.
The wizard Saruman has sent Orc warbands through Uruk warbands to the ruins of Eregion and Swanfleet, seeking Ringlor. What he desires to do with it, Lord Elrond will know better than I. But surely it can mean nothing good. I believe we had learned the danger of such craft, but perhaps it was not so. I fear we are on very precipice of danger. I wish you and Melindir good fortune on your journeys, wherever they may take each of you, but I also have a warning of my own to give. I bid you exercise caution on the road, and do not trust others so readily. These are days I would never have expected to see, and yet all around me I see signs of the deepening shadow. It may be that servants of Saruman, or those of an enemy we cannot yet perceive, work to undo all the good that has been achieved in these lands. Farewell. Perhaps we will meet again on a more sunny day, when these cares and worries have been set aside. Get rid of that. I need a... I'll use a greatsword on a longsword. I really should have a sword and shield, but is there a greatsword? There is not a greatsword. Alright gang, I think we will leave it there. So we dealt with the elven kind, the past, as it were, and we saw the Lord of the Rings himself. We are slowly getting through this book 1, chapter 10. If you've enjoyed this little episode, make sure to leave a like or comment down below kind of where you think we're going to go next, or just your thoughts. And outside of that, share it out to everyone. If you enjoyed Lord of the Rings Online, go check it out. It's free to play. This is not an ad. I just like the game. What isn't out, however, is my podcast, Journeys Through Middle-earth. It's a supplement to this series, so if you want more, please go check that out. This episode, if you're watching this when this comes out, the episode for this one will come out on Thursday, so look forward to that. But until then, and until next week, where we come back and deal with Manila, we shall see you later. Bye bye for now.